Today's show brought to you live from Lounge Media Group Studios. It's Pedro and the Freight Hound with the Logistics Lounge. The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Yo, yo, yo. What's happening, everybody? Here we are at a special time on a not really special day. I mean, it's hump day, so I guess it's special. We're halfway through the week. But we are coming to you live 4 hours early. Against our will, no, jokingly. But we have a wonderful show for you today. Got some wonderful ladies on from RoadPro family of brands. They're going to talk about their company and all the amazing products that they have that make life on the road easier for drivers. So yeah, Mr. Hound, what's up, man? How you doing? Looks like you're working away over there, dude.
Yeah, what's up, brother? I absolutely am. It is the middle of the day, and it is Wednesday, so it's my busy day. But just happy to be here, man. I'm looking forward to this show, but yeah, not much else going on. How about yourself?
Man, it's a good day, dude. Good day, good week. Got my freight validate plate in yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Dale Prax.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yours probably matches Dale's because you're both from Tennessee, so I'm the odd man out. But that's still pretty neat. I'm gonna have to redo my wall back here because I'm getting so much stuff, yeah. Man. The Bennett signed a thing for me over here or wherever it is, right over there. Yeah, whatever. And then Richie's monster truck, and I'm gonna have to move all my stuff around, man. So, but good week, man. Just doing some prospecting, trying to make some money, move some freight. Same old, same old.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty nice. Nothing else going on. So yeah. Look at that. Look, dude, we're moving through this so quickly. You know what it is, Hunters? Because we only have half a day's worth of mess to talk about. That's what it is. 4 o'clock.
Chipper, dude,
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, we're going to go ahead, get to the news and get that rolling. And so we can bring these ladies on. So Lounge Media Group News brought to you by AR.Pro and sourced from truckingnewshub.com. All right. No, this is one that's been beaten up a lot lately about the crash on the Florida Turnpike, but we wanted to approach it from a different direction. Alex Lockie from Overdrive wrote a wonderful article about this yesterday. I mean, I don't know if wonderful is a word you can use in this scenario here, but he writes that Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy on Tuesday announced the initial results of the FMCSA's investigation into the recent deadly crash on the Florida Turnpike, and it is calling out certain states for not following federal rules. According to a DOT press release, the investigation will focus on the driver involved in the crash and the motor carrier, White Hawk Carriers, Inc. The investigation so far has found the driver did not speak English, and both Washington State and New Mexico violated FMCSA rules. DOT or Secretary Duffy said in the release that had the states follow the rules, this driver would have never been behind the wheel, and these precious lives would still be with us. This crash was a preventable tragedy directly caused by reckless decisions and compounded by despicable failures. Non-enforcement and radical immigration policies, they say, have turned the trucking industry into a lawless frontier, which has resulted in unqualified foreign drivers improperly acquiring license to operate 40-ton commercial vehicles. That's from Secretary Duffy. The FMCSA bounced back, and they said the investigators did begin their on-site compliance investigation August 14th and at the motor carrier's premises, California. During that, they did collect all kinds of evidence, including camera footage, so forth and so on. The FMCSA did speak to the driver, administered the ELP test in line with the agency's new guidance. They say that the driver failed the assessment, providing correct responses to just 2 of the 12 verbal questions and only identifying 1 out of the 4 highway traffic signs. Finally, as for the driver, Mr. Singh got his license. DOT provided some answers to that. They said July 15th in 2023, Washington State issued this driver a regular full-term CDL, and they said that asylum seekers or individuals without legal status are not eligible for this type of license. So they failed right there and broke the rules, broke the law. In July 24, California issued the same driver a limited-term non-domiciled CDL. FMCSA is investigating the issuance of that license to determine whether it was issued in accordance with federal regulations. Finally, about a month before the crash, New Mexico State Police conducted a roadside inspection of the driver, gave them a speeding ticket. They said there was no indication that the ELP assessment was administered because New Mexico has not yet begun enforcing that mandate. So Alex here, calling out the things, I mean, regardless of what action the driver did, this goes to show that there are some deeper rooted problems in our industry. We talk about these things all the time with fraud and theft, now with these accidents, stuff like that. So definitely the fight needs to continue here. And, when things are going to get fixed and the ship's going to be turned upright, who knows? But, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to sit back and wait, I guess.
Yeah, it's getting pretty freaking embarrassing, dude. Like, there's no reason that man should have been in that truck at all. Like, and whoever gave him that license, dude, put them people behind bars. Like, you need to start taking some serious repercussions for the people that are just letting this shit happen. Excuse my French, but
yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I think they're doing a pretty good job of holding people accountable now. They have been, with these CDL scams, they've been putting these, those testers and stuff behind bars and everything, and just holding folks accountable, beyond the driver and the carrier. So I think they are trying to send a message and get things done right, but like I said, it's going to take some time, man, and unfortunately that sucks that it's going to take time. Everybody wishes we could just go in, put all the current stuff into the shredder and just write out a whole new mandate, regulation, DOT book, whatever, but unfortunately, yeah. Exactly, man.
Tested day.
Yeah, the cogs of government do not turn that fast, as we all know. But well, there you go. Like I said, not to be doom and gloom, but wanted to approach from a different aspect. A lot of people are, like I said, focused solely on the driver, and there were a lot of other things that were amiss here. So, definitely want people to think about those things, and so we can try to continue to bring change into the industry. That's all I got, man. That's all I got for that.
Let's bring our guests on. We're running short on time.
I know we are running short on time. You're right. All right, everybody. We have the ladies from RoadPro here with us, so welcome them now.
Great song choice.
Yeah, dude, I told you that was the easiest intro video ever. I was like, boom, Eddie Rabbit, Drive My Life Away, video of a truck, perfect. Welcome, ladies. We have Mary, Betty, and Alyssa with us. We will leave it up to you, the audience, to decide who's who here. So,
hello, we're happy to be on your podcast today. We're excited to get things started.
We are too. It's been, I don't know, about 5 months in the making at this point. So, but as they say, good things come to those who wait, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, Mary and Betty, haven't met you ladies before. It is a pleasure. Alyssa, you and I met at Matt's earlier this year. Thanks to our friend Gary Johnson, got us an invitation to the driver council dinner there. So thank you for that. I guess I'll start with you because I know you personally, but how have you been since I seen you at Matt's?
Yeah, I've been great. Yeah, it's been busy in the office here. Always something new going on, new products, new exciting things going on. We've got lots of truck events this summer that we're sponsoring, so keeping busy with that. And then Truck Driver Appreciation Week is coming up in September. So it's been quite busy since I saw you last at Matt's.
Sounds like it. And we are going to touch on every single one of those things a little bit more in depth as we move along here. So, but Betty, welcome. How are you, ma'am? How was your hump day? How's your week been?
Oh, Wednesday is always a Wednesday. I am part of the customer service team, and I'm glad to meet you.
You too. Thank you for giving us some of your time today. And Mary, how about you? How are you doing? How's your week been? How's hump day?
Yeah, doing well. As Alyssa said, it's always busy here in the office. So we had a good time at Matt's, met lots of folks, and enjoyed the dinner, and came back and got right back to it. So gearing up for Truck Driver Appreciation Week, and lots of things going on in August and September. So looking forward to that.
Awesome. That I just want to say that dinner was was spectacular. Gary was not lying, man. When he told me, he said, dude, he's like, Pedro, they do not hold back. Trust me. I was like, all right, man, whatever. We're going to take us to McDonald's. And no, man, that was nice. That view and that whole thing. And seeing some people there I didn't expect, like seeing Gord McGill and his dad, Leonard, Long Haul Paul, some folks that we didn't know were a part of y'all's council. So, yeah, it was very great. And I can't, hopefully we'll be invited back next year. I'd love to come back and hang out with y'all, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. We were glad that you were able to come and Gary was able to introduce you to our team, and I'd love to have you back next year.
Fantastic. We're going to hold you to that. So
All right.
we're going to get things moving right along. We know everyone is stretched for time here. So want to make sure that we got time to hit all the things we want to. But before we get into the topics, we want to start y'all off same way we do everybody. And you ladies can choose who goes first. But the question is, who are Mary, Betty, and Alyssa? And how did you get to be where you are with RoadPro family of brands?
Yeah, I can get started. So I have been with RoadPro for about 3.5 years now. So I'm a little younger in my profession. Spent a year out of college just working at a small business, and came to, our parent brand is DAS Companies. And RoadPro is a proprietary brand under DAS. So came to DAS 3.5 years ago and was completely new to the trucking industry. I feel like it was so much at once, as you may have known from whenever you started in the trucking industry as well. But adapted pretty well. There's been lots of changes in the trucking industry, as always, lots of change in the business, but I've enjoyed it so far.
Lovely. Next contestant, please.
Yes, that would be me. My name is Betty, and I am the customer service rep for the end user. So anything that you have questions about for the products, on how to use them, or warranty, or overall questions, I'm here for that. I also kind of help the marketing team wherever I can. I do a little bit of everything.
Awesome. And I don't think you said, how long have you been with RoadPro, Betty?
4 years.
4 years. Nice. What about you, Mary? Are you going to beat it? How long have you been there, huh?
Yeah, I think I have a few years on it. I've been here, I want to say about 14 years. So yeah, lots of years learning about trucks and trucking and the environment and lifestyle. So yes, a whole new world. Prior to that, I was agency side with marketing agency. So, but we're all kind of on the digital side of things as far as marketing goes. So we're unique in our building where we are tasked with reaching out to drivers directly. And so we do that in a variety of ways, and we can get into some of those, but really trying to understand that lifestyle a little bit better so that we can provide the products that serve you all.
Love that. I had several RoadPro products when I was a driver. A headset, the little oven, and can't remember what the other thing was. Had 3 of them. Whatever, we'll figure it out and I'll remember later. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to ask who is RoadPro? What can y'all tell us about them, how they got started, and exactly what do they do?
Yeah, so I can speak a little bit about it, and then maybe you guys can also chip in a little bit. So RoadPro family of brands is, like I said before, our proprietary brand of our parent brand, DAS Companies. So under RoadPro family of brands, we have several brands that you may recognize. Road King, headsets, RoadPro, a lot of our 12-volt appliances, Wilson antennas, K40 antennas, Francis antennas. We also got a lot of mobile spec, power drive inverters. Am I missing any? There's lots of brands, so it's easy to miss one. I know Weather Ace, Scipio, Black Canyon. The list is never ending. Yes. So all of those brands fall under RoadPro family of brands, and we distribute them into truck stops and we also sell them to Amazon and some other third-party locations like Tractor Supply, Home Depot, stores like that. So all very accessible to truck drivers while they are over the road. All of our products are meant to make life easier for truck drivers over the road. So a lot of our customers are over the road drivers. We get some company drivers that are local daily drivers, but a lot of the drivers that get our products aren't home for months at a time sometimes and need something to make a meal on the road to make it feel more like home. So that's what we're here for. And then beyond our products, we also sponsor a lot of truck events throughout the year. So some main ones this year were Make-A-Wish in Manheim, Pennsylvania. So we are located in Pennsylvania, so we like to do a lot of local truck shows. We also sponsored one coming up soon, the Keystone Large Car Mag. That's an event actually held this weekend at the Lebanon Fairgrounds in Lebanon, PA. And then we sponsor some others throughout the year as well. And then like how we met you, we were at Matt's and held a pro driver dinner with our council members, some ambassadors that we work with, and just business partners. So it's always nice to see people face to face in person. So I'm not sure, did I miss anything? There's a lot under RoadPro, so I'm sure we'll cover everything else in the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get a dig back a little into RoadPro, let's talk about DAS. You mentioned him a few times. We've thrown a lot of brands and stuff out there. So let's clarify what DAS is and how they're related with RoadPro as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mary, do you want to step in for this one?
Sure. So DAS Companies is our parent company. It's coming up on about 50 years old. And at heart, they are a distributor. So we're distributing products into truck stops and travel centers, convenience stores, specialty retailers, heavy duty fleets, things like that. So basically anything other than the food and beverage in a travel center are the types of things that we distribute. So we service thousands of retail locations across the United States and Canada. We distribute tons of global brands, ones that you recognize like Garmin and Blue Parrot and Uniden and so on. And then we add into that our own proprietary brands that fall under the RoadPro family. So.
Got it. All right. Clear picture now. We're wiping the fog off the windshield here,
Yeah.
So I want to step back a little bit on RoadPro and do any of you ladies know how they got started? Does anyone know that story? You can maybe share that with us.
Yeah, Mary might know the most about that.
Yeah, I think everyone here knows how it got started. So it's a good story.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I don't know that I know the full story, so that's why.
So Dave, the owner, when he was, I think, right out of high school, or even while he was in high school, got really into CBs, and so he, in his grandmother's garage, started a CB business, and that was the makings of DAS. It just grew from there, and he's very knowledgeable about the CBs and the antenna aspect of it. He's very involved with our day-to-day business. We see him walking through the hallways. It isn't like he's not around. He's very much part of the business.
Love that. Really great. I was really hoping someone didn't say, something real like, I don't know, guy saw a company for sale and he bought it and now here we are. As they say, there's nothing like a good origin story, like you got to, and if you don't have one, you better make one up because that's just the way it's got to be. But
was out of his truck in Walmart parking lot.
Oh, all right. So, moving along, you guys have mentioned the driver council a little bit. Your pro driver council. And so really want to talk about that. I know that's a really big thing that you guys do, and it serves a lot of purposes for y'all. So would one of you please like speak to us about that?
Yeah, so our RoadPro Pro Driver Council is a group of members, about 18 now. So we got everybody from a company local driver to an over-road driver that's been out there for 30 plus years. So lots of experience in our council, and we meet with them monthly on a call. A lot of drivers call in while they're driving or when they're on their breaks. Super simple. We send them products that are newer to DAS or RoadPro, and they test them out. They review them for us. They make sure that they are good for the truck driving industry. And they provide honest feedback. Like that is what our council is for. We send them the new product, and we expect some problems here and there. I mean, it's a new product, so there's going to be some little quirks to it, and that's what they're there for, to test out, let us know how they are, and we improve those and get them into the truck stops out there. Another big part of our council is just different ideas that our company comes up with, and like we're sitting in the office, we don't know it all. Our truck drivers are the ones using our products, so a lot of times I'll go to the council and ask them questions like, have you seen this product at travel centers before? Is this something that you would use? Stuff like that. So definitely a very useful part of our business. We have a lot of different people in the company, always wanting to interact with them because of how much value they really add to our business. So yeah. What else about our council? We also have the RoadPro driver dinner. That's how we met you. So we'd love to bring everybody together once a year. We'd love to do it more, but schedules are crazy. So once a year at Matt's, we usually have a RoadPro driver dinner, and we love to get together with our council, catch up, just share appreciation for them. It's good to see each and everybody in person. So yeah.
I like that. That's amazing. Your own private testing army. And who better than the folks that you're making these products around. And Alyssa, I love what you said about their honest opinion. Boy, if there's one thing you can expect from a driver, it is sure as heck going to be an honest opinion on something.
That's right.
You ask a driver how they feel about some, boy, you better have an hour of free time right there before you continue on. So let me ask this. You say you talked about your council, how you all use them to test your product stuff. Do y'all I guess you say poll them or get with them about anything else, other issues going on in the industry that may help you guys provide, feedback for something, helps y'all better things, or maybe y'all are behind, like you talked about the I can't remember the charity you named. I keep wanting to say St. Christopher's. Was that it?
Yeah, we do partner with St. Christopher's.
Yeah. Do y'all use them for different things to catch feedback on more than just y'all's product and have another role in y'all's brand and company?
Yeah, they definitely play a large role in the travel center industry. Since we do partner with a lot of travel centers, our main ones are like Pilot, Travel Centers of America, Quick Trip, and then a lot of mom and pops. They visit those all the time, so they see how their showers are, they see their parking, their lighting, their security, their fuel, their rewards programs. So we touch on a lot of stuff like that with them, and then we can relay that back to our retail customers, the travel centers, and share that with them so that they are well aware of any positive or negative things that drivers are seeing at their travel centers.
That is music to our ears. It's rare in our industry to see a company that sells a product to the drivers, but also as sincerely out there asking them for their feedback and their opinion on things to not just better their products, so they can sell more stuff, but to better the experiences that they're having out there on the road and how life is for them in ways that you guys and the companies that y'all are connected with can make life better out there for these drivers. And I think we all agree, you know, a lot of drivers feel that everything from the truck stops to, you know, the products sold within them, it's all just geared to get them to spend more money and stay there longer. And I don't think a lot of them realize, you know, that there is some thought that goes into it about, you know, them and how this approaches them and the things you can have there for them and do for them, is from the parking all the way into, you know, the food and products that are offered there within the truck stop. So applause to you ladies, your council and to RoadPro there for that.
Yeah, it all goes back to our end user of the product and who RoadPro is. We want to make life easier on the road for all truck drivers. So that's what our products and our mission is. So we love to support that.
Fantastic. Hunter, I'm moving along, man. I'm just taking up the whole show here. You know how I get when we start talking about trucks, man. So
I know, man. I know. I'm listening over here. Sorry, I'm busy at work right now. But
if you ladies are drinking wine this weekend, you have Mr. Woodfin and his company to thank for that, probably.
Thank you, man.
Hunter's doing the Lord's work over there.
Nothing.
Dude, a weird thing, Hunter, and like crazy, just completely off topic. Something that's never happened today is like your mic, we'll be able to override you. Usually your mic will still cut through and allow you to talk. That's so weird. I don't know what changed on your end, but if I talk and you talk, it cuts you out. That's never happened before. So weird. Just letting you know that. Hunter, you got anything you want to say? I want to move on and talk about these trucking events and their role in those things.
Yeah, no, let's keep on moving along.
All right, trucking events, ladies. You mentioned it several times that, you know, y'all go to several. You play a role in them. So let's start with, you know, I guess would be the obvious, but why truck events? Why are these events important to y'all?
Well, I think it's important that first of all, for us to interact with the drivers personally. So we go out there and randomly we'll have go to a truck stop and give a gift bag out of, you know, random things that we have, hats or beanies or whatnot. It's really geared up at Trucker Appreciation Week, but it is not something limited to that. So anytime like the show that we're going to this weekend, that is really to get pictures of the trucks because they're beautiful, and to be able to interact with and get feedback. You know, I try and go with like a couple general questions so that I can get some pulse on what's going on in the industry and be able to give that feedback back.
Right answer for 500, Alex. So how many shows do y'all go to a year? Do either of you know?
Yeah, we do not attend as many shows as we have in the past. I would say we sponsor about the same through either product for raffles that they do, or a lot of truck events also do driver bags as well. So we sponsored like Gear Jammer show this year with some hats and some other promo items for their bags. The show coming up this weekend, we sponsored bag items and raffle items. So we sponsor in those ways. And then also attend maybe 3 a year.
Those are rookie numbers, ladies. We need to get those up.
We need local ones that we can get to here.
It's hard getting all these shows. Every time you think you got like every show on your list to go to, you realize there was like 2 other shows that same weekend, you know. Yeah. So they are never ending. I don't think anyone could actually physically be at every truck event there is across this country.
Yeah, it's crazy how many there are. Yeah, and we're always hearing about new ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. Speaking of shows, are you ladies going to, was y'all and RoadPro going to be at Star Stripes and White Lines in November?
We are not. I actually have never heard of that one.
Oh, bomb.
That's the
Where
big
is that
one.
one at?
It's go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah, no, it's at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So it's Bennett Family of Companies puts it on. So it's the Truck Builders National Championship. So they've been doing that circuit around the country, you know, like mats and large cars, guitars. So this is like the final jamboree,
Okay.
if you could call it. But
Yeah,
yeah, they're like,
actually, I might have heard. You said it's sponsored by Bennett.
Yes, it's their show. There's a bunch of other sponsors, but yes, it's their show. November 7th and 8th at Echo Park or Atlanta Motor Speedway. I mean November.
Okay.
Did I say September? I meant November 7th and 8th. Sorry, November 7th and
Okay,
8th.
we'll have to look that up. I remember our council members saying something about that last year.
Yeah, we've never been, but we cannot wait. But like Hunter said, it's like the finale, the grand championship. So trucks that won at Matt's, trucks that won at large cars. I think Gear Jammer, some that won at Gear Jammer, like all of those trucks are going to go there, I guess, for the final shebang of who's the king of chrome. That's what we're calling it. So on Saturday night when everything closes down, they allow the trucks to go around the speedway or whatever. So
Oh, that's cool.
And you said that's November in
November
Florida.
7th and 8th in Atlanta. Yes, ma'am.
I think
I mean-
we could do that.
I mean, that'd be pretty hard. We can get away
Yeah,
from
Much better than Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I'm sure y'all know someone at Bennett. If you don't, just let us know, and Hunter and I will give you the direct contact to the people, the person that you need to talk to. 3 people you need to talk to. So yeah, that'll be so awesome. See y'all there. It'll be great. We're trying to talk Gary. We're trying to talk Gary into going. I think Long Haul Paul, he'll be there. Without a truck, but he'll just be there singing, I think. But yeah, it'd be fun. We've never been, but we've heard it is an absolute blast.
Awesome.
Look at that. Woohoo. Let's go. All right. What was I going to ask about next? Something you had said. Oh, surveys. You had said something about that, and I wanted to know what you meant by like the surveys. You drivers or brokers or shippers? Who are we surveying, and what are they for?
Yeah. So we do a bunch of surveys. We do surveys directly to our council just for a smaller group with the 18 members. And then we also do surveys to a larger group of truck drivers. So we typically get like 1,000+ responses, which is a really good pull number for the surveys that we do. So our current one out right now is about pet supplies in travel centers, truck stops. So lots of truck drivers, about 40-50%, I want to say, have pets in their trucks. Whether that's a lot of them are dogs, a lot of them are cats, but I know some other pets out there. I've seen monkeys, I've seen it all. So we want to be able to supply those products in travel centers for those pet owners out there that need something last minute, they're on the go and need to get something for their pet. So that helps us better understand what they're actually looking for. We've done them on CB radios, we've done them on mobile accessories, any category you can really think of.
Toys.
We did a toy survey, really all categories we hit, and they provide us great feedback. And we then take that to the rest of our team that develops those products or gets those products in to take to the travel centers.
Just liking y'all more and more and more. I'm telling you, that's. I mean, people hear a simple, stupid survey, but I'm hearing again from y'all. Hey, how do we get the feedback from the direct end user, which is the person that we want to buy our product, or we want to, we want to know what they need for future stuff. So, like, let's get that direct feedback instead of us just sitting here in an air conditioned building taking a guess and telling people what they want. There's another thing drivers don't like. No driver likes being told what they should be buying and stuff. You know what I mean? They're a very niche market, and that's good. So where do y'all post your surveys? Specific place, like just on the site, social media? Like, can people sign up on an email list to get these?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we distribute it via email, but we also publish it in our gear guide. Our gear guide is a bi-monthly publication, digital only. So most people are viewing it on a mobile device. and it's perfect for that. The gear guide is really, it's something we do in partnership with Overdrive and Truckers News. And it's really highlighting any new gear that's out there and appropriate for drivers. There's a buyer's guide in there. So each issue we focus on a different type of products. And then there is an insert in there that is specific to new CDL holders. So some great content and editorial for them to help them get started. We also announced the survey in there, and there's a link through to that. The survey always has a prize. So if you take the survey, you're entered to win a great prize pack. And then what else am I missing in the gear guide? There's just lots of great information in there.
Cooking recipes.
Yeah, we have a council tip. So there's always a short little video that one of our council members contributes on a key topic. So we would welcome anyone listening to visit our website and join our email list so that you see those surveys and you see the gear guide. That's probably the best way to keep in touch with that.
Nice. Awesome. You're going to have to share the link or whatever for me so I can remember so we can go and sign up for that gear guide. I mean, I'll get it just to read some of those editorials and insert stuff in there.
Yes, there's great stuff in there. It's RoadProBrands.com.
RoadProBrands.com. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful thing. You just heard Mary talk about it. Go out there and get the Truckers Gear Guide and get access to all their new products and some really great information. Again, another wonderful thing about y'all. You know, you guys really are. I would say, like a lifestyle brand. I hope y'all view yourselves that like you're like a trucker's lifestyle brand. You know, I mean, you're giving them, you know, access to not only, you know, products, but, you know, giving them information that helps them along the road, you know, that being for new CDL drivers and having recipes and stuff. That is always a challenge out there for drivers to find themselves, you know, healthy options and how to properly cook in a truck. I mean, I stopped driving. I started in 2009. I stopped in, or 2008, sorry, stopped in 2018. And man, when I first started, there was very few options for you to cook in a truck unless you wanted to hook up a skillet or something. So.
Yeah, we have lots of 12-volt appliances that are very popular. Our most popular one is the lunchbox. I know you mentioned something about a stove earlier. It's also a stove as well, but a lot of people refer to it as lunchbox. So a lot of our appliances, you can cook raw meat in them. So we just like to provide drivers with easy recipes, healthy recipes. A lot of drivers don't need to keep like 20 ingredients on their truck to make one recipe. We want to make them easy. So that's something our gear guide provides for them.
So great. I mean, weird question. Do y'all do it, you know,
Yes,
provide the rest? I bet you do. I know you're going to say yes. Do y'all specifically make all of the recipes or majority of them for like the devices that y'all sell for drivers to cook in?
Yeah, we cook in the office every couple times a year. Well, we'll kind of brainstorm and come up with ideas and try them out on our different products to make sure that they taste good, that they're nutritional, and that they can be made completely. So yeah, we enjoyed that. And it includes desserts.
Nice. Man. Look at them, but they're just buttering everybody up here, aren't they? She's like, we know what the most important part of any meal is, the dessert.
When we do from our surveys, we have learned that truckers are tired of fast food. They want a healthy, nutritious option that they can make themselves. And so I feel like if we have a good recipe, if you want it to be fattening, you can add cheese to it or whatever you want. But we're going to try to find recipes that are going to help you out on the road.
Yes, that is forever been a struggle, is the food thing out there on the road. I've always eaten out of my truck since day one, and my wife, I'm fortunate, she came up with a very good system for us, and she just always cooked like I was eating at home that night, and she took it and immediately put it in the freezer. And when I came home, I had a stack, you know, of 10, 12, 14 meals, and I had a freezer in the truck. And so that's what I did. And I was fortunate, but it you know, it is. It's like everything in there is fast food, and when they try to say it's healthy, it's $4 more than the fast food is, and you know, and it's you kind of force their hand a little bit, and I mean, and also let's be real. There's something to say about a nice, you know, I would guess you say home cooked meal. You know, there's something great about what you make yourself, and being able to control those ingredients and everything in that. So I like that, man. Y'all were. I see. I'm trying to find a fault here, Hunter. I'm trying to, but I just cannot. We just cannot. No, joking. We knew this was going to be amazing. I told Gary that y'all were coming on, and he's been a giddy little schoolgirl. So, and if you know Gary, you know that's a complete lie. Schoolgirl. All right. So, topics. We talked about truck surveys. We talked about the gear guide. While we're on the thing of the gear guide, let's talk about the top products that y'all offer, because you mentioned a lot of brands. So what are the top things that y'all sell that drivers, you know, most frequently ask y'all for?
So I actually keep a list of, as customer service, our top 10 to make sure that I have a pulse on what we're selling, what possible issues we might be having. So our top 10, I would say, would be for sure our 3 headsets, the Road King 1000, the 2000, 3000, and 4000, and then our portable stove and our Snack Master, that's a refrigerator, warmer heater type of thing, and our inverters. We have Power Drive Plus inverters that are on the market right now. Power Drive 1500, 2000, 3000, 4000. No, not 4000. No, 4000. Sorry.
Whew. Hey, I'm still that'd be a lot.
Right.
It's hard to find a good quality inverter. It honestly really is. And for being as simple as machines they are, I probably went through, I don't know, 8 different inverters when I was out there on the road. Like, I don't know, it just, you know, it is that those things get loose or wire comes down and that connect and boom, that inverter's done. So, you know, they're definitely a finicky little thing, but, lovely. Man, I was going to ask something else now. That would have to do with, gear, but I forgot. Poof, it's gone. Moving on. All right. Betty, we want to talk about the customer care. When you were speaking about yourself and you're saying what you do, I could feel the passion in it, and just hearing the way you've responded about that customer centric stuff with them. Want you to tell us about that, a little bit more about your role and how serious you take that, and how serious RoadPro takes it.
So actually, I'll tell you that my background is customer service for over 30 years. So I started as a baby. But so I've always been passionate about the end user, like making sure that, you know, we have a good quality product. So when you call in, you're going to get me. There's not a call center. It's me. I've had to, in the 4 years, learn inverters inside and out. I can tell you how to install them. If you're having an issue, I can tell you how to fix it. Or I can say, hey, it's fried. There's no help with it. So I do have to know the products and all the information about them to be able to share that with people when they call in or they email in. And I take it very serious. The one thing that I also do is quarterly, I gather a list from my calls and whatnot that is our top 10 and what the problems are. So I'm able to go back to our creative team and be able to say, hey, this headset consistently, this doesn't work. Like, we need to fix that. Or, you know, in our manual for our inverter, we're missing this because this is what I'm getting calls about. So we do take all the feedback very serious, and the end game is to have a product out there that works. So
I bet you're R&D's favorite person they see when the caller ID pops up.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a great team here that it's, you know, it's not, I'd like to say it's the 3 of us, but we have all of our category managers that do go to that meeting with me to be able to see where improvements can be made. People who are in contact with the factories, they're there as well. And then we do have a technical person that I can lean on if there's problems that I'm not able to say, this is how we should be fixing this, that they can come in and say, yeah, here's how we would resolve that. So it's a great team.
Again, wonderful, wonderful things. I mean, you guys are 10 for 10 would recommend. Okay. That's just the review I'm going to give you guys on Google. All right. 10 recommend. That's so, I kind of want to, talk about the founder a little bit, is that something, this customer service part and this continuous feedback, is that something that's been important to him since day one, and that he has made sure it stayed apart? Or, have you guys kind of built that in and said, hey, like, this is what we need for us to be successful, make sure that the products that we're putting out there and trying to sell this stuff to and make people's lives better, these are the things that we need?
So I would say yes and yes. Dave does rely on us to be able to come up with how we're going to work efficiently. Each team within our building has their own way of doing things that works for them, and they're able to communicate the best way with each other. But Dave definitely wants to know kind of what's going on, and he gets a copy of that report that I have for what's going on. He's very in tune. Like I said, he's throughout the building. You see him walking around. He does participate in various meetings and things. So it's important for him. And I will tell you a little bit about him. It's not just about RoadPro or DAS. Along with the supporting role of our business is there's a foundation that we support, which is Brittany's Hope. You want to talk a little bit about Brittany's Hope?
Yeah, so Brittany's Hope is David's nonprofit that aids in abandoned children across the world. So they help families out by adopting children from across the world that have special needs.
That is, I don't know what word to use for that one, honestly. I don't know a word good enough for that. That's
So he's very passionate about not just about the business, but it's also about supporting Brittany's Hope so that we can help others. It's all around a very good program.
That's a wonderful thing, because there's one thing that drivers support, and let's go back to the truck shows. Talk about that. Most of the truck shows are for things that have to do with kids, some type of children's foundation, whether it be for a sickness or a community program, whatever it is. But like this industry, logistics as a whole, but especially trucking, they are very, very big on doing anything they can to help kids out, and even help Americans as well. When all the hurricane stuff happened, I mean, how many drivers came together and put their own time out there, and some of them their own lives on the line to help out and stuff. So, but definitely the children is a big thing in this industry. And who would have guessed, right? What's seen as some of the biggest, baddest SOBs out there, which are drivers, and they all got a heart for the little ones. You ask them to do something for a kid, man, that's it. That's all you got to do. So that's amazing for Dave to bring a little bit of part of that, into the industry with his brand and his personal self as well. Only got one time, man. We moved so good through this today. Holy moly, man. I like this. You know what it was? It's because Alyssa made sure we were prepared. She said, here's what you're going to talk about. And if you stray from this list one time, no, I absolutely love it. I love when people know exactly what they want the audience to know about themselves and what they want to hear. It's really great, because sometimes it's really hard to get people over to that specific topic that you want to talk about. And sometimes they don't understand the time that you really need to spend on it either, so they brush right over it. That said, final thing that we want to touch on is Drivers Appreciation Week, which is coming up in like 3 weeks, about a month. I think is literally this week, a month from now in September, if I'm not mistaken. It's like September 17th through 20th or something like that. So want to talk about that. Whichever one of you ladies would like to tell us what y'all have planned for that, and anything that drivers need to do to maybe enter a giveaway or some shows that y'all are doing where you'll be having some stuff going on there.
Yeah, so we are super excited for Truck Driver Appreciation Week. This is one of our favorite weeks of the entire year, just because we get to get out and talk to truck drivers, show our appreciation for them. Some events that we have going on will be at a local Swift. I believe that's in Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. So we go and hand out product to them, talk to the drivers. The Swift has a little like lunch for their drivers that stop by that terminal. And then we also be at Bell and Evans, local place to hear as well at their driver appreciation event, doing the same thing. We also, as a team, make up around 300, 350 trucker bags. So they are filled with our products, our promo items, some of our vendor products, and we go out to local travel centers and hand them out to truck drivers. Then we also ship some of those bags to our RoadPro Pro Driver Council, and they hand out those bags all over the country. So some of them are on the West Coast, some are on the East Coast, some are a little bit in between. So truckers, if you're out there, keep an eye out for our council, and they'd be happy to hand out some bags. I know one of our council members texted me this morning, and we have these RoadPro dog bandanas, and she said, "Can I have my dog hand out some of the bandanas?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Well, that's so funny. That's awesome. Nothing makes a dog look cuter than a bandana. I don't know what it is. Our Rottweilers, she used to go to the groomer. They used to do the same thing. Put a bandana on her. We'd leave that thing on for like 3 days because she just looks so adorable with it. So
Yeah.
that's amazing that y'all's company has found a way to try to touch every part of a driver's life out there. From being giving them tools to be able to cook, talk safely while they're driving with the headsets, to being at these events and being a face and representation for your brand, and getting feedback, talking to them and letting them know, hey, like we're not just another brand that wants to make money off you. We want to make sure that we're giving you what you need. That is the point of our company. And I've said it before, but in the show, but a lot of companies in our industry, they lose that focus, they lose that mission of what the initial purpose of them getting in this was. So just again, applause to you ladies and the teams that y'all run, and just the company as a whole, for what y'all are doing on those driver bags. I'm gonna shoot y'all an email. Hunter and I are going to an event in Chicago Saturday, September 20th. That is the end of Drivers Week. So we've got some other sponsors that are going to be sending us some stuff, or some of our sponsors are going to send us some stuff to hand out. If you guys got some extra ones and we could grab some and take them over there and hand them out, we will make sure to get some photos and tag y'all in them and stuff. We would absolutely love to do that if that opportunity presents itself, if y'all are willing. So yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we can see what we have left, and we'll definitely do some if there's any
Yeah,
available.
cool. Yeah, no stress.
Or
If you
not, we
got
can
a
always
handful.
Yeah, we'll
promo
some-
items. So
Okay. Whatever. Yeah. So I mean, just coincidentally, we're going to an event that week, and it's all, the whole event is for drivers. I say there's going to be a couple hundred of them there. So yeah, would love to pass something out for you gals. Lovely.
Yeah.
Hunter, do you have anything you want to chime in?
Nah, man, it's been a good show. I love what y'all have going on and what you do for the community. So sorry I've been over here putting out fires this whole show. It's Wednesdays are kind of wild for me.
That's why we have to have two hosts, because it just wouldn't work without it. He's been working, and when he's not working, that's the thing about logistics. Is like work never ends. So you're always doing something, man. It's always crazy.
Yeah.
Ladies, so we want to let y'all have some time for yourselves here to as we ask every guest to give yourself some final comments, concerns. Do you have any questions, updates? Want to give yourself or RoadPro or DAS some plugs where they can find y'all, buy your products, all that stuff?
Yeah, Mary, do you want to touch on this at all?
Sure. I would just reiterate roadprobrands.com. You can find all of our social channels and everything there. One thing we didn't touch on was our driver's lounge. So on Facebook, we have a private Facebook group just for drivers. that is a great place to have conversation, ask for ideas, share tips. We do some product offers and things like that in there as well. So we'd love to have you join us in there. So yeah, I think that's it. Anything else?
Yeah, the lounge is a great place for drivers. We always keep positive conversation going, try to make everything positive. So great place if you're not already a part of the lounge. I think we covered most of it, but
Thank you for those nice words about us. We so appreciate that. Sorry, Shay's still plugged in. That I've heard about that. Gary's told me about that. He said it is a wonderful place, and he said it is. It's good and it's filled with some positivity. And you know, a lot of the driver groups can be a bad source for folks, and so it's good that y'all also have that. You just got so many avenues for drivers to connect with y'all and for y'all to connect with drivers. And again, very commendable, wonderful thing, you know, having your finger right there on that pulse. You know, there's no better way to do business in this industry than, you know, have your hands mixed into it, you know. Either one of you got anything else that you want to say? Exiting comments, questions, concerns, updates, plugs?
We appreciate being on the show. Again, RoadProBrands.com.
yeah, we're pretty active on all of our socials as well. So feel free to follow us on all of those. As Mary mentioned earlier in the podcast about our gear guide, you can sign up to be part of our email newsletter, and that is at RoadProBrands.com.
Fantastic. And
thank you, guys.
I love it. No, thank you, ladies. I'm serious. Thank y'all. Like I said, Alyssa drove a hard bargain, but we couldn't miss this. I had a wonderful time at the event in Matt's, and as I said, I spent 10 years on the road, so I've had y'all's products in my truck. You know, I know a couple people on your drivers council, so I've heard directly, you know, from them how y'all treat them and the things that y'all do for them. And you know, it's important for us to get positivity out here in this industry, right? And bring awareness to brands that are actually out there for the driver and they want to support them and their animals too. I think that's awesome that you guys are trying to do some pet stuff. That is or are doing some pet stuff. That is great. And listen, I think you hit it around the nose. It's like 50% of drivers out there have some sort of pet. Craziest one I've seen so far was at Large Cars and Guitars, and a guy had a macaw in his truck. Yeah, it was a green macaw, and he had a green truck, and it matched the perfect color match. So that's craziest what I've seen. So, yeah, ladies, you can hang out with us for a few minutes. We're going to do our final sponsor break, and then we're going to get out of here. If you have to go, then very well. We bid you adieu. But if you want to stay, please stay, and we'll end the show and talk to you for a few minutes backstage. Appreciate everyone watching. You know, we talked about how much this brand cares about drivers, and that's something that we here at the lounge try to make sure that we do when we get sponsors on our show, is make sure that they are something that provides a service to the driving community out there and logistics as a whole. And one of the ones bringing forth some of the most value is our good friend Dale Prax and his company Freight Validate. Helping y'all make sure that you're not taken for a ride and scammed out of stuff and a victim of theft or fraud and all that crazy double brokering business. You can go find them at freightvalidate.com/lounge, and you can email them at info@freightvalidate.com. And our partners over there at Freight Ninja, providing y'all with top tier truck parking service. Got dozens and dozens of locations across the country. They're all gated, got lights, some have security guards. and they're all very closely located. All the services you need: truck stop, diesel repair, shopping, all of those wonderful things. And since they're close to truck stops, when you park at a Freight Ninja location, you can go in there and buy you some RoadPro items. Yeah. You can find Freight Ninja at freightninja.com, and make sure you use code Lounge Ninja so you get yourself special rates. And that's going to do it for us today. We appreciate everyone for joining us on this lunchtime special edition with the wonderful ladies from RoadPro family of brands. Friday, do not miss the show Friday, because Mr. Hound is going to be live on the ground at Semi Casual Truck Show in Crossville, right?
Yeah.
Crossville, Tennessee. In Crossville, Tennessee. So if you're out that way, make sure you go hang out with Hunter. And I don't know, he probably has some stickers with him for sure. So get yourself some cool stickers. And that's going to do it for us. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your hump day. We will see you Friday, 4 p.m.-ish Central Time. And with that, as I always say, chunk them deuces. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.